Oh God, are they going to enjoy the day and the night? Worthy winners.
I do go on with the ball adopting a honey and you can tackle the wheel of his off here. I was going with the ball adopting a honey to the thing he ripped the blame. The blame won't have better when he knew. I was a dead canish, summer bottle thing, in new pressure. While I'm tracing you up free, the boy out there, as I'm going to the miracle showing you. While I'm put run up a free, I ended the way I was the son of them, they're hoping to the rash of Peter Anna to make turn this far, and a good Abraham. While I'm waiting for someone, the silver value, Ulster Bank, I was there upon, I was in Norway, I hope they're doing a promotion show in Vienna. I was an issue manager, his coach, Irish, I was in Norman Dunn. Martin Sam McGuire, I run that, our captain, Uduk Ophlia, Stephen Johnston. Stephen.
Liam O'Neill ready to present the Sam Maguire Cup to Stephen Cluxton as Dublin are the new champions. Champions of 2013, champions for the 24th time. What an achievement. They played stunning football all year. Worthy winners. Fans favour it. Good enough to win the league, good enough to retain the Leinster title, good enough to retain the famed Sam Maguire. Sunny year. It'll be a big night all over Dublin. The last time there was a captain up there receiving it, he said, we'll see us later in a certain Dublin night spot. I don't know about you, Martin, I haven't managed to get there yet. I'm not sure that they serve tea to people like...
I think we're worried about that, sir, in fairness. But just a word about now, in fairness. In defeat, defeat is devoid of consolation, is devoid of virtue. It's empty, it's total, it's devastating, and the experience is horrible. But I still think they're young enough to regroup and have another go next year. But on the day, they weren't good enough.
Waiting for Stephen Cluxton to speak.
I mean, this group of lads have been absolutely phenomenal, so everything that they get tonight is well deserved. Well done, boys. I suppose we wouldn't be standing here today if it wasn't for all the boys that participate in our games, training. So those that missed out and coming up and travelling on the day, lads, this is for you guys as well. I suppose we'll start off with the manager. He's brought a new dimension to our game. He's allowed us to dictate what we wanted to do on the pitch to an extent. Repetition. But no, Jim, thanks a million. To all our coaches, we started November and we said it was going to be a long journey, and that it was. So thanks a million to all our coaches because they put in the time and effort behind closed doors to make sure everything was there and right for us. So thank you. I suppose to our backroom staff as well, they work hours and hours to put video analysis together and everything. So we really appreciate everything you do. You make our life easier by doing all the work, that hard work. So thank you. To our doctors and our physios who keep us on the pitch, our dietitian, all of those, it's hard work and we appreciate everything that you've done for us, so thank you. So it's right through, thanks to the county board, thanks to our sponsors, and we'd like to thank Mayo for a wonderful game out there today. It was nip and tuck, really went for the wire. Unlucky. very good point. Thank you.
A very thoughtful and very comprehensive speech by Stephen Cluxton. And with Diego Connolly lifting the cup, it's Dublin's day. They remained focused on their ultimate target, and they had the capacity to attain that objective. Sandy's coming home, and Molly Malone and all the others will have a big welcome for the big and famous trophy. Dennis Pastic here came on, made a very, very fine contribution in the second half. And Dublin, with Cian O'Sullivan lifting the trophy, they'll all have their go. It was their day. It was Jim Gavin's magnificent triumph.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, the Dubs supporters in good voice, obviously, here at Croke Park. And I'm sure in good voice in many far-flung places as well, watching today's match. I want to say hello to Nick and Liz, watching the Hill 16 pub I gather in Bellamedina. Greetings come from Robbie. Joe Brody, all this year long, Dublin have looked like a team that were heading to win the All-Ireland.
Just the question finished.
That's the question finished.
Discuss. Well, that's true. To some extent, that is true. I mean, they've lost one game one year in the league. Mayo will be very disappointed. You know, they did half the job. I mean, they curbed 5 of the 6 Dublin forwards. You know, the 3 young Dublin forwards were taken off. Michael Darrell was curbed in the middle of the field. And the Mayo half-back line was truly magnificent. And their defending in general was magnificent. But it does illustrate the confidence that a marquee forward brings. You know, as Pat was saying, Brogan was able to score 2-4, even though he was very well marked. Mayo had no one like that, a talisman that they could look to that would galvanise those around them. And you know, as the match wore on, I think the crucial moment though, even in spite of all that, the crucial moment was the second Dublin goal, because Bastic had just come on the field, he ghosted forward, he set up the goal, and without that the game could still have been in the melting pot.
Let's hear from one of the Dublin players, Philip McMahon.
Congratulations. I mean, I was commenting to Cian O'Sullivan earlier about his fan lips. You now have a bashed chin, of course, had to change it through the middle as well. It was so frantic out there.
Yeah, a few more wins showed the aggression was there in the game, so we didn't want that either way, especially in the defenders. So, you know, to come out with the win and have some more wins is great.
What was it like actually as a match? Because it just was non-stop, constantly.
Yeah, we stuck to the game plan right through the last minute. The lads grabbed it towards the end, and I know I probably got a bit of stick off the Shamrock Rovers now for that, but yeah, it's great to know the way out of it.
Not too many managers come in and manage to fare the All-Ireland in their very first year. What has it been like with Jim Gavin? It's obviously been very enjoyable.
Yeah, definitely. Look, he's put his system in, and he's told us to go and express ourselves, so we have done what we've got to reward for.
You're obviously all full of belief, fully behind the man in charge.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, for the last there is a little win for us in the show today.
Speaking about belief, it looked like even towards the very end when it looked like Mayo might come back, you never doubted that you were going to win this.
No, we shut the game off. You know, we got men behind the ball and we moved through them. That was the end product. You know, moving for each other from the beginning to the end, and again we got those wins.
Now Bernard Brogan has been playing a different role for this year. It picked a good time to come back and be the king of the scoring.
Yeah, definitely. We knew we had a game in him, and he's been getting activity and training, so that was helping as well.
Do you know what? There's a man called